Preparedness promptings. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. And that's what we're talking about. A lot of people ask questions here. How do I get started? How do I become a prepper? What should I buy? What should I do? What kinds of things do I need to know? Do I need seeds, water, food? These kind of things? Well, I can't really answer everything for you guys. So if you're looking for a do this and you'll be fine, let me know if you find that channel. Because if you do, they're full of BS. Because nobody can tell you what you need. You need to follow the promptings from Heavenly Father, letting you know what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, how you should be doing it, how much you should be doing, and what you should be doing. Being in tune with the Spirit is very important. It'll really help you, guide you down the proper path. I always do my best to follow and to listen to Him. My biggest prompting recently has been all this kind of stuff behind you. You see. Behind me, sorry, that you see. Gardening, growing food, raising my own food. Because I'm to the point where food storage, water storage, seed collection, all these kind of things, all these things have been met. So that's just like the next level. And my big prompting is, like I talk about in lots of videos, those self words, not selfish, self-reliance, self-sufficiency, the positive and uplifting self-words, the words that empower you and help you to be a better person, better prepared, better able to take care of you and yours. That's important. Follow the promptings. Get in connection with the Spirit. Read the Word. Pray. Reflect. If you're not religious, it's okay. Meditate. Have some time sitting outside and just admiring the beautiful world around us, all of His work. Maybe that'll allow you to reflect, or whatever you need to do to think. Maybe jump on the treadmill, maybe hit the road, go for a run, go for a drive, something like that. Whatever you need to do to clear your mind, to get you in the right mindset to think practically and logically about what you need. Basic question a lot of people ask is, how do I get started? What do I buy? What do I prepare? Well, my simple answer is, what do you eat? Buy what you eat. If you eat pizza, French fries, and McDonald's and Burger King all the time, well, that may be a little bit different. Although you could probably buy one of those, put it in a Ziploc bag, and, sit it in a box, and it'll probably be good, 6 months later because of all the preservatives and nasty stuff in them. No, but seriously, prep what you eat and then rotate through it. If you eat stuff that is more like, perishable type stuff, maybe you're not the beans and rice kind of person, or corn or wheat or barley or quinoa or all these, longer term lentils, all these kind of longer term foods. Maybe you're just not like that. Maybe you like macaroni and cheese. Maybe you like pastas, stuff like that. But anyway, even if what you eat doesn't have as long a shelf life as other things, although I bet there's versions of what you eat in longer term shelf lives, like those big freeze-dried things like cans of Augustin Farms, Wise Company. There's a lot of different brands of those kind of foods that you can get, and Mountain House, etc. So prep what you eat, and like I was saying, if it's doesn't have as long a shelf life, then just make sure you rotate through it. That's all you got to do. It's not that difficult. Have the longer term shelf life items though. Definitely have the longer term shelf life items, because you never know when some big, the end of the world as we know it's going to happen. It may happen. It may be a big event. It may be a big collapse type thing. So then you want some shelf-stable foods for long term. But the biggest thing is, no matter how much you have, you're going to run out of it. Mice will get in it, ruin part of it. Some of it will be spoiled. You go to open it. You may have to bug out, leave part of it. One of your caches may be lost. One of your buildings that you store your food in may burn down. May get hit by a tornado. Flooding may flood out, a portion of where your preps are. Shush! Homeland Defense Dog in active mode. Yeah. So you never know. The ability to reproduce, to do stuff like this, grow these Jerusalem artichokes. I know, they give you farts. But there are ways around that. And starting off eating stuff like this in small amounts, getting your body used to it, is a good thing. And why not do that now? Why not start doing things like this and eating this kind of stuff now so that your body's ready for it and used to it, instead of having to deal with that on top of everything else when SHTF happens. We're basically already in SHTF. When WROL happens, whatever. Get yourself used to these things now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Just like buying food storage. Get yourself physically capable now. Start working out. Start exercising. Start eating right. Start eating the foods that you're going to eat in an event. Start growing the foods you're going to eat in an event. Like that bed full of corn. And it's looking good this year. We're going to get some corn. Yes, we're going to get some corn. Even though it's more difficult to grow here, yeah, we're going to do it. And then when we move to that Ozark-ish area, wherever we may end up, yeah, we're definitely going to grow corn there. And sweet potatoes. Because, yeah, the heat and the warmth, yeah, good for sweet potatoes. But anyway, following the promptings is important for me in my life, in general. Definitely when it comes to preparedness. He came down and told Noah to build the ark, right? Noah's ark? Noah, the first prepper. He's like prepper granddaddy. And everybody thought he was crazy. Why are you building that boat? It's not raining. There's no storm. Right? Why do you prep? Preppers are crazy. Nothing's ever going to happen. Right. Until it does. Right? Then we'll be like Noah sailing on that ship with all this food and stuff like that, all these animals. Hoo-yah. Yeah, definitely. It'll be a good thing. And even if it's just a small personal SHTF, like you losing your job, you got food, you know you're going to eat. Hopefully you're debt-free. And then you'll be able to survive for a period of time before you find something different or your situation changes, simplify your life, move to a smaller, inexpensive, less expensive place without a mortgage, whatever your situation may be. But following the promptings will head you in the right direction. Just make sure you know that they are the promptings of him, not of him. So, stockpiling food, of course, that's a good thing. Fuel, water, all these kind of things, very important. But those self-words, let's get back to that. Self-reliance, self-sufficiency. That we all know and we all talk about. All prepper channels, I'm sure. I don't ever watch them. I don't get a chance to. Very rarely, actually, I'll be honest. Very rarely do I ever. Sometimes I do. There's a Pastor Joe Viking Preparedness Patreon video today. Was a fox and a bear sat down or had a talk or something like that, meaning TJ, a bear independent. That video I'm going to watch. I have not watched yet, but sounds interesting to me. I like it when a fox and a bear sit down and talk. But anyway, don't really get a chance to watch that. But I'm sure everybody is talking about things like food storage and things like, the peace of mind, all these kind of things. But growing your own food, a lot of channels are talking about that. I know TJ talks about that. I know PJF talks about that. I know a lot of people do. I just hope you guys are listening. I hope that you're doing these self-words. Oh, where I was going with that is a lot of prepper channels talk about the on-demand food situation, supply lines, how everything has to work out perfectly. There could be some hiccups, but nothing major. From the farm to the processing facility to the packing facility to the distribution warehouse to the end store where you're going. There's a bunch of different, I mean, depending on the product, how many different stops there are along the way. If it gets interrupted at any one of those stops, or say there's no fuel to get it between those stops, or say there's, you know, a flood here in this farm and wipes out the farm, like the flooding in the Midwest not that long ago, or whatever may happen, it affects a lot of other things. Like crop shortages affect farmer or ranchers' ability to feed their cattle and their animals, their chickens, whatever it may be, because they have increased prices because there's less available, or maybe there's none available or very low availability, and then they're not able to feed their animals. So then we end up in a meat shortage. It all interacts. It's the way the world works. Economics, food, supply systems. So if you can grow your own and raise your own outside of that, it gives you freedom, true freedom. That's what's important. That to me is the next level of prepping. Homesteaders are like super preppers. Hopefully there are preppers in the means that they still have food storage and they still have, you know, stuff like that. That's why I like I guess the whole ball of wax to me would be a homesteading prepper. Prepsteader. I think there's a YouTube channel, Prepsteader. That reminds me, maybe I should go check it out and watch some of the videos. Anywho, please, even if it's on a small scale, grow your own food and connect with him. He'll tell you what to do. He will guide you and let you know what you need to be buying, when you need to be buying it, how much you need to be buying, what you need to be learning, what you need to be growing, what you need to be raising, all these kind of things. Pretty simple. It may not be easy, but it's simple. Just like living homesteading lifestyle. It is simple, meaning simple living, yet it is not easy. It's hard work. I got an email the other day, some subscribers. They're doing just that. Him and his wife are moving from, I forget if it was like urban or suburban, but they're moving from something, you know, a less than optimal situation into a, you know, 10 plus acre homestead. They wanted 2 to 3 acres of garden, stuff like that. And he was like, I think he was 66 years old and she was 62. Come on. If people in their 60s can move and start a homestead. Now he was talking about not from scratch, hopefully. You know, hopefully there's some mature trees and some garden stuff set up, of course. He doesn't want to start everything from scratch. At that age, I wouldn't either. I don't want to start that from scratch at my age. Like buy raw land, build a house, all that stuff. No. That's, if I was 20, maybe. But no, not now. But man, if people like that totally motivated me. Because I'm thinking, oh man, it's going to be a lot of work and stuff like that. Psh. If they can do it, I can do it. So let's motivate each other. Let's uplift each other. Speaking of uplifting each other, go to all the prepper channels. Lift them up. Subscribe to them. Make sure you stay subscribed. And please subscribe here. Comment below. Share the videos. Thumbs up. All these things really do help. Really do help the algorithm. They really do help other people see these videos. So we get more people in the asset column instead of the liability column. We don't want people out there not having food and then trying to come take ours when something bad happens. And throw a little bit of politics in there. There's left and there's right. Well, to you guys, it would be like this on film. But anyway, there's people on the left, there's people on the right. Sure, not talking politics here. Just pointing out the fact there's people on different sides. I'll tell you what though, in a big event, collapse type thing, if we're entering a WRO without rule of law, you know, the end of the world as we know it kind of thing, like life just doesn't exist as we know it. We're back in the 1800s or something like that, barter society, stuff like that. Stores aren't open, hospitals aren't there to go to, you know, fuel's not flowing, those kind of things. There won't be any left and right. There will just be people trying to feed their families. I want to reach everybody. I don't care We may not agree politically, and that's okay. It's okay to not agree. No problem. We should all have no problem understanding that other people have differing opinions. It's okay. God gave us free will. It's your free will for your opinion. It's my free will for my opinion. Well, we need to respect each other for that. We may not like it. We may not agree with it. We may not be best friends, honestly. But who cares? We can still get along. We can still move along. And we can still do this together. Go on this preparedness journey. We can still be prepared because, like I said, if it comes down to a big event, there won't be any politics. Seriously. I mean, there will be politics on local little scales and stuff like that, but it won't be a factor anymore. Nobody's going to care who the president is because it probably will be irrelevant anyway. What people will care about is how can I do that? How can I grow that so I can feed my children so they don't starve? That's what's going to be important. So please, spread the word about preparedness. Try to contact others, get others, spread the word. Rising tide lifts all ships. Let's do this. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.